To paraphrase Alfred, Lord Tennyson, ours not to make reply, ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die. I'm sure many of us understand this sentiment as we review the new standards and the technology we're asked to use to accomplish the new goals. We can ask why, and should ask why, because there are good answers. According to Mark Pensky in his article Digital Natives, Digital Immigrants, today's students are no longer the people our educational system was designed to teach. He posits, and backs with research, that more has changed this time than the standard generational changes like slang, music, and clothing. We are educating a generation of children who have never seen a phonograph, 8-track tape, or possibly even a cassette. Most have never seen a corded telephone, and they have never ridden in a car without a telephone, usually in someone's pocket. They communicate largely in 140 to 160 character bursts, and the soundtrack of their lives consists of sound bites, music, and digitally generated sounds. In the article, Pensky references Dr. Bruce D. Berry of Baylor College of Medicine, who suggests these changes are as deep as the brain's structure. Pensky adds, "We can say with certainty that their thinking patterns have changed." He indicates we can't go back. That's our why. However, where is forward? Well, it's into the digital age. Thankfully, people have been blazing that trail for us, and the sheer number of tools available, both good and bad, is overwhelming. One tool that can help us meet our front and back end objectives is Glogster. The name actually attracts that core of students you hope will use this tool, those teens and older who identify with being hipsters. Hipsters, defined as those people who work hard to make it look like they really don't care about anything, yet they study, read, and have distinct tastes in music and attire. But I digress. Glogster allows you to combine text, graphics, audio, and video to communicate an idea or topic. So, how can Glogster support instruction? There are several ways. Teachers can use it to present new information, to review, or to make assignments. The combination of video, text, graphics, animations, and audio create a tool that can reinforce what the teacher is saying, or that can be used alone, with the teacher fielding questions at the end. The glog can then be made available for students to access independently. This glog is an example of that. This glog makes an assignment explaining what to do and how to do it with examples at each step. Notice the animations and arrows. These will guide the independent user through the steps of the process. The videos, which start with a click, are embedded YouTube videos. The first describes how you create a thesis statement. The second explains how to make an argument in an essay. Once the teacher presents this information and turns the assignment over to the students, those who need it can view this online to review and follow the steps. Students not in class for the initial presentation can review this and receive the same information as the others. The teacher can also add attachments to the glog, so a document with the class questions and answers can be included. What else? With an educator login, teachers can add their students by classes or any groupings chosen. Students are then able to use Glogster as a tool to present their learning. Students can demonstrate how well they have learned the content and a variety of important 21st century skills including attribution, copyright rules, properly citing sources, the use of online databases, the ability to identify valid online sources, and selecting the correct pattern of organization to meet the project objective. As students work, the teacher can monitor their progress, offer assistance and suggestions, and when completed, combine students' work into a larger presentation. So, how do we use Glogster? Well, once you sign up and log in, the service opens to your dashboard. At the top of the screen, near the center, is a big green button for creating a new glog. You can start the glog from a blank page, either horizontal or vertical, or use one of the templates. You can add, change, and remove elements from the template as needed. The primary buttons for working with the glog are at the top of the page. On the left is the Tools button. Pressing it opens the toolbar. Next is the Upload arrow for adding image, video, and audio files to your gallery. The Chain button is for linking to media from the web, adding the linked media to your gallery. Be careful with this, you don't want to be in violation of copyright. The hand activates your webcam and microphone for the capture of video, audio, and still images for your presentation. The left and right arrows are the Undo and Redo buttons. The Preview button displays the glog as visitors will see it. To return to editing, press the Back to Edit button. The Save button takes you through the saving process, and the X closes your work, offering you the option to save as part of that process. Use the Tools bar to add elements to the glog. With the Text tab, you can select from a variety of text box designs. Select the categories and use the gray right pointing box to scroll through the choices. To select one, click on it and then on the red Use It button. It is added to the glog. The Graphics tab works the same. The Image, Wall, and Page tabs work similarly, but these areas include files from your gallery that have been uploaded or linked. The Audio, Video, and Data tabs display audio files, video files, and data files that have been uploaded or linked to your gallery. Information from all the tabs is added to the glog with the red Use It button. This is where the tools stop being intuitive. As you move the cursor around the page, you can see the individual elements on the page. Clicking on one selects it. Sometimes you have to activate the toolbar to select the type of element you are attempting to modify before you can use it on the glog. Click on an element. When it is activated, so is an element-specific menu bar. The trash can will remove an element from the page. The lock secures the element in that space. The partial square with the arrow pointing left will straighten an element. The three buttons with clear and filled squares are for moving elements from the back to the front. The Image button is for changing the image. The Chain button will add links, and the Magic Wand is for editing effects. On the box surrounding the element, the straight arrows are for sizing the box, and the curled ones are for rotating it. When you are finished adding your content, it's time to save and publish your work. Click the Save button. You are asked to give your blog a discipline category, assign an appropriate grade level for the content, provide tags that will help further characterize the blog, and then decide how to make it public. To complete the process, click on the red Finish Saving button. All finished. If you have questions about how to use Glogster, scroll to the bottom of the screen and select the Video Tutorials link on the right side. Language informs thought. Our students, as digital natives, have a different language, which supports Penske's assertion that our students think differently. Using Web 2.0 tools like Glogster allows students to work in their native language, which, because it is natural for them, is more likely to increase their enthusiasm for the work and learning. For more information about Glogster, please visit edu.glogster.com.